Good evening, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. This is Rich again, back for your third and final video blog of the night for Friday, July 24th, 2015, around 7:49 in the evening, Billerica, Massachusetts. The sun's going down, we got some raindrops in the afternoon, but it's okay, it's over now, and we're going to have a good weekend with low humidity and stuff, but next week the heat's going to come back. Could be a big heat wave at the end of next week. Some news to report. Former NBA player and Pro Basketball Hall of Famer Dennis Rodman announced he's endorsing Donald Trump for President of the United States for 2016. Maybe Dennis Rodman will be his running mate. You never know. And the Atlanta Hawks are talking with the city of Atlanta to pay for a new arena to replace the Phillips Arena. The Phillips Arena is only 16 years old. I don't know why the Hawks want a new arena for, maybe to attract an NHL team to come back to Atlanta. That's never going to happen. And they should be playing the Phillips Arena for many more years because it's not outdated and stuff. But I think because the Braves are getting a new stadium and the Falcons are getting a new stadium, why not the Hawks? This smells like maybe the Hawks should be moving out of Atlanta to Seattle. That's about it on the news. My third and final video blog subject of the night is a continuation series of Is X-Player a Hall of Famer? Now if I've reached the hockey, and this one is about Doug Wilson, who was a defenseman in the National Hockey League for 16 years with the Blackhawks and Sharks. Doug was a 7-time All-Star. He played in 7 All-Star games. 3 times he scored 20 or more goals in a season, including 39 in the 1981-1982 season, which he won the Norris Trophy. 3 times 50 or more assists a season. That's amazing. 9 times he cracked a 50-point plateau or more. 1 time he was the Norris Trophy winner in 1982. He also was named the first team NHL player in 1982 as well. 2 times he was second team NHL, and he was the captain of the Blackhawks briefly, and he was the first captain of the San Jose Sharks. He was a great offensive defenseman and stuff. He was one of the last players in the National Hockey League to go helmetless. He ended his career with the Sharks in 1993. He spent 14 seasons with the Blackhawks, but he never made a Stanley Cup final with the Blackhawks or the Sharks. And Doug Wilson's career stats are 237 goals, 590 assists for 827 points. He had 19 goals, 61 assists, and for 80 points in the playoffs and stuff. And is Doug Wilson a Hockey Hall of Famer? His stats say he's, a great defenseman and stuff like that. He had, in the offensive era, defenseman was like the 80s, and he kept 39 goals for a defenseman is amazing and stuff like that. And he also had several other great years with goal scoring and point scoring. And he was probably the best defenseman in Blackhawks history and stuff. He was a great offensive defenseman and defensive defenseman. He should have won at least a couple more Norris trophies and stuff. He was in the top 10 in MVP many times. He retired in 1993. Probably he was in the top 5 in most goals scored by a defenseman, but he's dropped down ever since because of more the offensive defenseman passing him and stuff like that. He was first eligible for the Hockey Hall of Fame in 1996, but he's not gotten any consideration for Hockey Hall of Fame, which is such a shame because Doug should be a Hockey Hall of Famer in my opinion, because he's long overdue for a induction. If Phil Housley, who's had waited 9 years to be a Hockey Hall of Famer, why can't Doug Wilson get elected next year? It will be 20 years for him on the Hockey Hall of Fame ballot and stuff. So I would endorse Doug Wilson for Hockey Hall of Fame. He's a Hockey Hall of Famer in my book. And that's about it on these video blogs. I'll be back tomorrow. 3 more video blogs coming your way. First video blog will be about the 2000 Bash at the Beach pay-per-view for WCW. The second video blog will be about the old Giovanni's restaurant, also Gispersi's and Peppercorn Bellica. They also had one in the North End, tell you about that. And third and final video blog of the night will be about is Dave Parker, the Cobra, a Baseball Hall of Famer. Have a good night, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And like I always say, keep calm, and I'm a Julie Brennan guy. And Molly Rosenblatt, the Fox 35 Rocks. And don't forget, only 22 more days into the first ever Rich Ask Rich question and answer video blog. It's going to be a monthly feature, so Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, send these questions in. I will read them in a video blog. Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow.